to 16. Again, you say that when a person who has worked to realize Arahantship. Section 13 to 16. Again, you say that when a person who has worked to realize Arahantship wins insight into the nature of ill and its cause, he gives up the lust of life with material quality, the lust of life of immaterial quality, conceit, distraction, ignorance, and the corruptions involved therein, in part. Further, that when such an one wins insight into the cessation of ill, he gives up the last three of those fetters and the corruptions involved therein, in part. Further, that when he wins insight into the path leading to the cessation of ill, he gives up the last two of those fetters, distraction and ignorance, and the corruptions involved in him, in part. But then you must also admit, what you deny, that one part of him is Arahant, and one part is not. That he attains to, obtains, reaches up to, lives in the realization of, enters into personal contact with Arahantship with one part of him, and not with the other part of him. That with one part only has he done with passions, hate, dullness. That with one part only has he done that which was to be done. Got rid of the burden. Won the good supreme. Wholly destroyed the fetter of becoming. With one part only is he emancipated by perfect knowledge. Is one for whom the bar is thrown up. The trenches are filled. One who has drawn out. For whom there is no lock or bolt. With one part only is he Aryan. With lowered banner. With burden fallen. Detached. Conqueror of a realm well conquered. With one part only has he understood ill. Put away its cause. Realized its cessation. Practiced the path. Comprehended that which is to be comprehended. Learnt that which should be learnt. Put away that which is to be eliminated. Developed that which is to be developed. Realized that which may be realized. And not any of this with the other part. Section 17. Samatya. But if it be wrong to deny that my thesis is true, why did the Exalted One say thus? Little by little, one by one, as pass the moments, gradually let the wise, like smith the blemishes of silver, blow the specks that mar his purity away. Is the Suttanta thus? Does this not justify my answering yes? Section 18. Theravada. But was it not said by the Exalted One? For him, e'en as insight doth come to pass, three things as bygones are renounced for aye: belief that in him dwells a soul, and doubt, and faith in rule and right, if aught remain. Both from the fourfold doom is he released, and ne'er the six fell deeds are his to do. Is the Suttanta thus? Section 19. Again, was it not said by the Exalted One? Whenever, O Bhikkhus, for the Aryan disciple there doth arise the stainless, flawless eye of the norm, that whatsoever by its nature may happen, may also by its nature cease, then with the arising of that vision doth he put away these three fetters: belief in a soul, doubt, and the contagion of mere rule and ritual. Is the Suttanta thus? Hence it must not be said that the religious man gives up the corruptions piecemeal. Points of controversy. 1.5 of renouncing evil. Controverted point. That the average man renounces sensuous passions and ill will. Section 1 to 2. Theravada. You maintain that, as average man, he does renounce them. Now by renouncing I imply that he renounces forever, without remainder, severing all connection with them and their roots, and all desire for them, and all latent bias toward them. Renounces them by Aryan insight, by the Aryan path. Renounces them while experiencing the immutable. Renounces them while realizing the fruit of the never-returner. This you deny, and if, for renouncing, you substitute arresting, I claim the same implications, and you deny them. Section 3 to 4. The person who works for the realization of the never-returner's fruit. He renounces, he arrests in this thoroughgoing way, on that we are agreed. But does the average man? You deny this no less than I. Section 5 to 6. But if you apply these words renounce, arrest in your limited meaning to the average man, you must also apply them, as meaning just so much and no more, to the candidate for the fruit of the never-returner. By what path, or means, does your average man renounce sensuous passions and ill will? Section 7, 8, Samatya. By the path that belongs to the Rupa sphere. Theravada. Now does that path lead men out of the round of rebirth? Does it go to extinction of ill, to enlightenment, to disaccumulation? Is it clear of intoxicants, fetters, ties, floods, bonds, hindrances, uninfected, clear of what makes for grasping and for corruption? Is it not true, on the other hand, that this path is not any of these things? How, then, can you say that by it an average man renounces sensuous passions and ill will? Section 9, 10. You agree that the path practiced by the person who works for the realization of the never-returner's fruit possesses all those qualities. But you should agree that that path belonging to the Rupa sphere possesses the same qualities, since you claim that by it the average man renounces even as the never-returner renounces. But you admit it has the opposite qualities. Then, by parity of reasoning, you should find those opposite qualities in the path practiced by the never-returner, since you claim that by it the latter arrives at the same renunciation as does the average man. Section 11. You say that an average man, who is done with lusting after sensuous pleasures, as soon as he has comprehended the truth, becomes forthwith established in the fruition of the never-returner. Why not add in Arahantship? Why stop short of this? You must also admit that he has been practicing the first, second, and third paths at the same time, realizing the respective fruits at the same time, and experiencing a combination of the respective contacts, feelings, perceptions, volitions, cognitions, believings, endeavours, reflections, and concentrations, all at different stages of evolution which characterize each upward step. Section 12. Or, if he does not arrive at the third fruit in this way, by what path does he arrive? By the path of the never-returner, say you. Yet you deny that the renouncing of the three fetters, theory of a soul, doubt, and the contagion of mere rule and ritual, belongs to the work of the never-returning path. Nay, you must admit it, since you leave your average man no other path. Although it was said, was it not, by the Exalted One, that the fruit of the first path was got by the renouncing of those three fetters? Section 13. Once more, you deny that, by that third path, gross, sensuous desires and the coarser forms of ill will are renounced. Nay, but you are bound to admit this, for was it not said by the Exalted One that the fruit of the second path was